Coach, not so long ago, you were the team taking a 10-point lead, then losing tough games at the end. Now you're the team doing that to other teams. What's changed?
Just a real credit to, I was telling the men after the game, just staying the course, being completely unselfish in their roles, focusing on constant improvement and what that looks like and how to accomplish that. No finger pointing, staying close as a football team, playing together. Yeah, those are cliches, but they're true. And we've been improving as a football team. Even through some of those losses, we were improving as a football team. But now we're figuring out how to win and showing the resiliency that we showed last year.
It seems like the defense, especially early on, sort of kept you in the game, but 4 sacks from Norwood, a couple interceptions. I mean,
yeah.
The defense has been playing well for a month.
They have.
But,
they have. Yeah, they really have. I mean, really, their first touchdown, they got 3 penalties. One huge penalty, back-to-back penalties on the same play, and then we had them held to 3, at least attempted field goal, and we got roughing the passer. So the second touchdown was a turnover by us on offense. You take those 2 things into consideration. Our defense played pretty well.
How difficult was it to compensate for the loss of CJ so early?
You have no idea. I told Tommy Condell after the game that was one of the all-time top performances I've ever seen, from a play caller. I mean, it was a cascading effect in our personnel groupings, and we had to actually rename a couple of our personnel groupings. So it just kind of pieced the thing together and pieced the game plan together. We kind of muddled through in the first half, and then we made our adjustments at halftime. It's just a great job by all the offensive coaches.
With Madu injured as well, There was sort of no way to get a second guy onto the roster. Plus, you use that extra receiver, and that guy is usually Banks, and Banks.
Scored to go on that touchdown. So I mean, I know it's always 6 one way, half dozen other. I mean, you can always look at it different ways. I mean, early in the year we had both the eyes on offense as well, and we carried the extra back. But we couldn't do that because Moses is down. So glad Speedy was on.
That said, you had used Prime in there to protect a little more in that fourth quarter, right?
I told CO that is a. You're talking about a guy that just went to offense this year. He's been a defensive player throughout his entire college career and his first year with us. And now he's back there protecting, Zach in 6-man pro.
And it made a difference when you did that, right? I mean,
yeah, and he ran the ball too.
Yeah, he ran the
we had to. I mean, we talked about it at halftime. I said we just can't continue to just drop back and throw the football. I mean, we're going to have to hand the ball off to CO. And Tommy, had the courage to run the ball to him. So.
You've been through a lot of transition over the last year and a half, playing in Guelph and then playing at Mac. Mm-hmm. Is this stadium starting to develop a personality? It seems like the crowd was into it, especially at key moments.
Our fans have always had their personality, and now they have a venue to express it.
How did you make? What did you make of the play of the 2 guys inside stepping in for Ted?
I didn't notice that there was any real issues. I'm looking a lot at the secondary and look at what they're doing offensively, and their pattern combinations and things when I'm watching. But we'll take a look at the film. But really proud that the guys didn't back down. They relished the opportunity and they stepped in and practiced well during the week and were ready to play.
Zach had another good statistical game. The numbers was over 300 yards passing. There was the interception plus some. Are you concerned at all about the ball security elements?
Yeah, I mean we've talked about it. I mean it's always a balance to strike, right? Zach is a natural playmaker and he extends plays, but it's funny. We talked. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago in the quarterback meeting room. I talked about being careful of guys peeling back, after you scramble and coming back and knocking the ball out of their hand, which is what happened. So we actually talked about that and discussed that. So I just gotta work some drills, to make sure that he keeps his vision both in front and glances behind him.
I know you don't talk a lot about momentum. You talk about one game at a time, all the rest of it. But at a certain point, does inertia set in when you win?
Well, I would say it this way. I think we talked about this earlier this week. It's when you have guys that are really, I think, paying the price to prepare and want to win desperately and are really practicing well. We practice hard. We play hard. I mean, our effort is unbelievable. What you need are some wins to get some traction. The wins bring the glue to the belief and what we're doing. it's tough to get that traction and belief if you're not winning, because you need the fruits of those efforts and the fruits of those beliefs to be verified and validated, if you will, by wins.
And so more wins is more belief is more blue?
Well, everything that's where you get the inertia, right? Because then you get deeper buy-in. The guys continue to focus on the things that we've been very consistent in championing, and that they need to focus on the things under their control, and that it will pay off. And we have a real strong belief in how to win and how to run things, and to let the players know that it's their football team and that the accountability has to come from within each of the individual groups.
Do you have an update on CJ at all?
I don't, but it's I'm not sure it's that good. So that's at least the initial news. So we'll see. Yeah. All right.